Okay, students, so up to sum number 3, it was done previously. Now I will do from sum number 4. It is told that the ratio of length and breadth of my room is 7:5. Let's write 4 possible perimeters of the room in the above ratio. 4 possible. I will do 2, I will leave 2 for you. Okay, 2 I will do, 2 you will do. So first of all, perimeter comes from length and breadth. We know that the formula is perimeter equals to 2 into length plus breadth. So we have to first find out what can be the length and breadth, possible length and breadth. And the ratio of that length and breadth should be this 7:5. So coming there, I have written there the ratio of length and breadth of my room. It will be length and breadth. And the ratio of length and breadth of my room is what is told, that is 7:5. So I have written 7:5. Okay. Now we will find the possible cases, possible lengths and breadth. 7:5, we can write it as 7/5. Now if we multiply 7, if we multiply 1 with both of them, then 7 ones are 7, 5 ones are 5. Okay. This one, and now 7/5 into 2 into 2. See one thing, here 2 comes, 2 cuts, and 7/5 remains. For that reason, this one and this one is all same. So 7 2s are 14, 5 2s are 10. So one possible case can be this, another one can be this. Similarly, you will find another 2. Means first I have multiplied with 1, then with 2, then you can multiply with 3, 4, 5, anything you want. But whatever you will multiply, these 2 should be same. Same thing we will multiply in the numerator also, denominator also. So, the 2 possible length and breadth of my room is, here I am finding 2. So, I have written 2, but in your book it's told 4. When you will do the sum, you will find 4. So you will write here 4 possible length, and you will write there 1, 2, 3, 4 cases. One is 7/5. That means length can be 7 centimeter and breadth can be 5 centimeter. 7 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Another one 14/10. 14 centimeter and 10 centimeter. Respectively. Okay, see this 14/10, if you change it to the lowest form, you will again find 7/5, or the ratio 7:5. So these two are equivalent. Okay, now we are coming to the perimeter part. When length is 7 centimeter and breadth is 5 centimeter, perimeter equals to 2 into length into breadth equals to 2 into length is 7 centimeter. 7 centimeter plus 5 centimeter equals to 2 into 7 plus 5, 12 centimeter. That is equals to 24 centimeter. So, one perimeter we have found, possible perimeter. Now, another one, when the second case, when length is 14 centimeter and breadth is 10 centimeter. So perimeter equals to 2 into length 14 centimeter plus breadth 10 centimeter equals to 2 into 24 centimeter, that is 48 centimeter. And the final answer, I have written there 4. You will find 4, so you will find 4 perimeters. Here I have shown you 2 cases, that is why I have got 2, but you will find 4 because another 2 I am leaving for you. So the final answer is 4 possible perimeters of the room in the mentioned ratio. Which is the mentioned ratio? This one, 7:5, are 24 centimeter, 5 48 centimeter, and I'm leaving the space. You will find that the other two ratios, so you will get other two perimeters, so you will get 4 perimeters. Okay, this one is the total sum. Now next one, I'm coming to 5 number. Let's read the sum first. What is told? I have 26 stamps. Mita and I will divide the stamp in ratio 8:5. Let's find how many stamps each of us will have. One thing, in some books there is written Mita and I, but in some books I have seen there is written I and Mita, not Mita and I, there is written I and Mita. In my book it's written Mita and I, so I will do like what is written, I will do like that. If in your book it is written I and Mita, you will do like that. Means it will change, the portion will change, the part will change according to your question. And in the exams also, whatever be your question, you will answer according to that. In my book it's Mita and I, so I am writing it Mita and I. Okay. So what is told? I have 26 stamps. Okay. Mita, it's written Mita and I in my book, so I am writing Mita and I will divide the stamps in ratio 8:5. Let me check once. Yes, 8:5. Now, if 26 is not given, okay, suppose that I am having Mita is having 8 stamps and I am having 5 stamps, okay. Mita is having 8, I am having 5. Then how many total number of stamps will be how much? That will be 8 plus 5. If it is not ratio, if it is clearly told that Mita will have 8 and I will have 5, then the total will be 8 plus 5, 13. So out of that 13, Mita will have 8. So Mita's part will be 8 out of 13. And out of that 13, I will have 5. So my part will be 5 out of 13. So that part is mine. So here comes in ratio. How we used to do? First we will find the sum of this ratio. Sum of the ratios equals to this one. 8 plus 5 equals to 13. Out of that 13, part of the stamp I will have which one? This one. This part is mine. The second one. So I will have 5 part out of 13. I will have 5 stamps out of 13. Means 5 by 13 part of the total stamps will be mine. And part of the stamp Mita will get which one? This 8 out of 13 part. 8 out of 13 part. Okay. So number of stamps Mita will have equals to this one, second one. 8 by 13 part of the stamps. That is equals to 8 by 13 of means multiplication. Multiplication how much with how much? 26 stamps. 26 stamps. 13 to the 26, 8 to the 16 stamps. So Mita will have 16 stamps. And now comes my part. Number of stamps I will have equals to 5 by 13 part. My portion was 5 by 13. See this one. 5 by 13. 5 by 13 part of the stamps equals to 5 by 13 of multiply. Total number of stamps were 26. So this much stamps. 13 to the 26, 5 to the 10 stamps. So the final answer is I will have 10 stamps and Mita will have, how much was that? 16. Yes, 16 stamps. So keep it in your mind that if the ratio is opposite, means if it is told that if in your book it is told that I will have I and Mita will divide in 8:5, then your answer will come opposite. Means on that case it will come 16 means I will have 16 and Mita will have 10. So whatever be your question, you'll answer according to that. Okay. Now coming to question number 6. The ratio of my textbooks and storybooks is 4:3. If the number of textbooks is 28, let's find the number of storybooks and total number of books. So first we have to find out how many storybooks are there. After finding that, we will add the number of textbooks and number of storybooks. Adding that, we will get the total number of books. So here I have written the ratio, question number 6, the ratio of my textbooks and storybooks is 4:3. Okay, there is a dot, ratio sign. The number of textbooks equals to 28. It is already given. We don't know how many storybooks are there. So we will assume that let the number of storybooks equals to X. Okay, we will assume that it is X. Now ATQ, that means according to the question, number of textbooks ratio number of storybooks equals to what is given, what is the ratio? 4:3. Now number of textbooks, how much? It is told 28. Ratio number of storybooks, how much storybooks are there? We have assumed that it is X. So X equals to 4:3. Okay. Or now we'll write it in fraction form. 28 by X equals to 4/3. Or 28, this 3 is in denominator there or in division there. So when it will come in this portion, it will be in multiplication. Equals to 4 into X is in division there. It will go there and it will be in multiplication. Or I'm writing like that. 4 into X equals to 28 into 3. Why I have written like that? Because finally we have to find X. Okay. Or I don't have space there, so I am writing there, but you will not do like that. You will write there. Below it, you will write it. Or X equals to 28 into 3. This is in multiplication, so again it will come there and it will be in division. 4 7s are 28. So 7 3s are 21. Okay. Or X equals to 21. Please don't write like that. It is not the proper way. You will write there below. I am not having the place, so I have to write there. Okay. Now, therefore, how X is what? X is number of storybooks. What we have found? We have found that X equals to 21. So, number of storybooks equals to 21. Total number of books equals to total number of textbooks 28 plus total number of storybooks 21. So 28 plus 21 equals to 49. So there are final answer. There are 21 storybooks and total number of books is 49. This one is your final answer. Final sum. Okay. Now coming to the next portion, see there sum number 7. In a particular type of jewelry, gold and silver is in ratio 7 in such type of jewelry. Now whatever be the sum, it is totally same like this one. Okay, this and this same sums. In there the ratio is given. There is also the ratio is given. Textbooks are there. There was the textbooks 28. Here we have to find how many milligrams of gold has been mixed with 357 milligram of silver. Okay, so we have to calculate how much gold was mixed. Here we have assumed this one X, the number of storybooks. There you have to assume X, how that X milligrams of gold has been mixed. Okay, and same thing. So I'm leaving this one for you. take the help of this one and do this one. Okay, now 8 9 is again same type of sums. 8 I will not do. What is told, let's write the ratio of three angles of an equilateral triangle. Which is an equilateral triangle? A triangle which is having whose three sides are same in length. That is an equilateral triangle. And the values of equilateral triangles angles are what? Same. So you know that I am not telling that. Try to find it out. And I am doing 9 number for you. Okay. What is written? Let's write the ratio of the angles of a right angled isosceles triangle. First, we have to know that what is an right angled isosceles triangle. Okay. There I have drawn it for you, but no need of drawing. You don't have to draw it. Just I want to tell you, I want to show you. That is why I have drawn. This is an right angle. This is a right angle isosceles triangle. Okay. This angle is right angle, so I have written angle ABC 90 degree, and these two sides are same, this side. So since it is a right angle triangle, one angle is already 90 degree, okay, and and it is an isosceles triangle also. In case of isosceles triangle, these two angles are same. These two angles, the angles which are beside the same sides, that two angles are same. Okay, so what I have written, value of the three angles of a right angled isosceles triangle are, this one 90 degree we have already found, another two, these two are same. Okay, so total sum of the three angles of a right angled triangle is 180 degree. 90 degree already I have taken. Okay, so sum of these two angles is this, and half of them is by 2 equals to how much? That is 90 degree divided by 2, 45 degree. If one is 45 degree, another one will be also 45 degree. If you know these values, that these three are 90 degree, 45 degree, 45 degree, then no need of showing this part. Okay, you can directly write the values 90 degree, 45 degree, 45 degree. Fine, now I will find the ratios. Ratio of the three angles of a right angle isosceles triangle equals to 90 degree, ratio 45 degree, ratio 45 degree. Degree is the unit here. So in the next line we'll write without degree. 90, 45, 45, 45 2s are 90, 45 1s are 45, 45 1s are 45. Okay. If you write like that, 45 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree, that is also right, and then the answer will come 1 ratio 2, like this, 1 ratio 2. Whatever you will write, you can write that. Okay, so final answer is, the required ratio is 2 ratio 1 ratio 1. So this is also done, and similarly you will do the 8 number also. Like 9, you will do 8 number also. Try it by yourself. And now coming to 10 number, it is again a same sum. It is like question number 5. I am giving you that much hints. Now use your brain and do the 10 number sum. If you have any problems, then tell us, we will solve that. So okay. So 10 number is similar to 5 number, 8 is similar to 9, 7 is similar to 6. Okay. Thank you.